How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, aka Slammerella, and today we have a collection update that I've been meaning to do for a while. I've just been holding off until Canada Post has actually delivered some of the albums that I've been waiting for in the mail, and a couple of them have got here, some of them have not, and I've just had to say fuck it, and we're going to do it anyways. So, starting off with one thing you've probably seen already, and then a couple you haven't, well, and the rest that you haven't. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the steampunk themed kind of gothic metal horror punk band from right here in Saskatoon, Canada. That is the new Jacobi Club with their debut self-titled album from 2001. I showed this off probably about 4 or 5 videos ago. Can't exactly remember which one it was, but it was briefly discussed in a steampunk related video probably. But yeah, they're really good. I like their elements of gothic metal and some of their horror punk elements. They sound sort of like a kind of Mushroomhead-esque band here and there. The main guy, Horde's vocals can really have that Jeffrey Nothing feel to them, and I really enjoy them. They dress up in different outfits and things like that. I don't know if there's anything in the booklet that I could show you. There we go. That's kind of the first incarnation of the band, obviously being their first album. That's Horde there in that outfit playing guitar with like corpse paint on, and then one of their other guitarists is wearing a Reaper outfit. So you can see they're a bit of a theatrical band, which I enjoy. I like bands with masks and theatrics. It really adds to the like mystique and allure to the band. And they're a really talented bunch too, so they have that to go with it. That's what's under the tray there. So if you like horror punk or you like kind of gothic metal, imagine like Mushroomhead meets Typo Negative meets Misfits, etc., all jammed into one, plus add in like organs and electric cellos and shit. There's a lot going on with this band, and each song is different from the next. There's some heavy stuff, there's some melodic stuff, there's some like really heavy feels going on now and then as well, some kind of sci-fi fantasy shit as well in the lyrical themes. There's just a lot of really cool stuff going on about this group that I wish I had heard of back in the day, so I could have got some of the albums that aren't really available. Like this one is still available on Bandcamp, but their second album, Retaking the Throne, isn't available, and I don't know where you can get it. Like I've tried Discogs, it's not available there, it's not available on the Bandcamp. Horde, if you're watching this, if you have a copy available, message me on Facebook and let me know if you have this. I don't know if you have any left, but I'd love a copy of that one. So yeah, this is the first album by the new Jacobi Club. Excellent horror punk gothic metal band out of Saskatoon, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. And they started in 1995, so they've been around for quite a while. Alright, another thing I've got by this project. Why the fuck is there wool here? Alright, so another thing I got from them, I'm not sure if this came with the new thing I got, but I'm just going to show it separately. This is a copy of The Last Entertainment Show EP. There's the booklet there, and there's the etched CDR. I really dig the logo there. If they ever had like official patches with that logo on it, I would definitely want one. I kind of just made my own DIY one. But yeah, this has a couple of covers on it and a original song. So Love Like Blood is actually originally performed by The Killing Joke. The Hunt was originally performed by New Metal Army, and Wish was originally performed by 9 Inch Nails. The only original track on here they have is called The Switch, which is actually a pretty decent track. I can't remember if it's like too heavy or not, but I remember it being pretty good. And again, you can see if you look really closely at that picture, the band definitely has some corpse paint going on, and some hoods going on, and some like armor and stuff. Really, really cool and neat outfits, very theatrical. So got this kind of rare EP, came out in 2008, just after their third album, Wicked City, which is still, I think, available on their Bandcamp. So lots of stuff on there. Go check it out. There's also like shirts, I believe, and something else maybe. I can't remember. But yeah, so that's still available. I think they throw this in as a bonus if you purchase this Treason album. Yeah, I think this is also available if you purchase that. So glad I got this bonus kind of extra EP in there. And the last thing I got from the Jacobi Club is a secret released digibook copy, or not digibook, but a secret released digipack copy of their newest album, Soldiers of the Mark. Really, really cool. I'm glad I got a copy of this. I'm not sure how many exist of this version. There's the band there. And the disc. I'll show you behind the tray as well. But yeah, that's what's behind the tray. And my favorite track off of this is definitely Into the Fire, but I also enjoy Champagne Ivy. It's got a really cool hook to it. They also had like a digital EP that had Angel MMV1 on there, or MMX1V, sorry. And all of their CDs and stuff are produced through the Manticore Music Group. I don't know if that's their own individual music label or if that's some other company in Saskatchewan, but yeah, Manticore is usually the thing that produces their CDs and music. But yeah, once again, pretty cool horror punk slash gothic metal, sort of in the vein of Mushroomhead and the Misfits, and sometimes even Lordi. I feel like there's like a little bit of a Lordi influence here and there with some of the music. I don't think they themselves are inspired by Lordi, but it kind of has that sound every now and then. Just overall really, really cool stuff. And that was their 5th album from 2014. I know they're working on some stuff right now. Can't wait to see what they come out with. I still need to catch up on some of their old albums, being once again Wicked City, This Treason, and their 2nd album, Retaking the Throne. But yeah, there's still a bit I need to catch up on. A really good band though. Hopefully you guys go and check them out. Really, really cool steampunk, horror punk kind of band. Alright, moving right along next to a group that started before the band that you might know of as Wednesday 13. So before Wednesday 13, there was a project called Frankenstein Drag Queens from Planet 13. Now, these aren't super duper readily available. You have to go to Discogs and other places to find copies of these. This Frankenstein Drag Queens from Planet 13 is their 2nd album, Night of the Living Drag Queens. And they are a horror punk band that started in 1996 out of North Carolina, USA. As you can see, they kind of dress up as horror-themed type drag queens. And most of their music is based on like B-movies and Universal monsters, and kind of inspired by shock rock acts like Alice Cooper. That's what's behind the disc on the tray. Really, really good stuff. If you were ever into the Murder Dolls, back when that was kind of like a big thing because of Joey Jordison being in the band from Slipknot, I think you'll really enjoy Frankenstein Drag Queens. Some of the tracks aren't as like crisp and polished and like heavily produced as the Murder Dolls was. But if you can dig like the more lower fi horror punk with some odd metal elements thrown in here and there, and just the quirkiness of Wednesday 13's lyrics and just kind of having fun type of music this is, you should enjoy Frankenstein Drag Queens from Planet 13. Also, you'll probably notice that I have a shirt of this specific artwork and a couple of videos, especially if you watched the most recent You Found a Unicorn video. I'm wearing a Frankenstein drag queens shirt. But yeah, this was their second album from 2002. I still need to track down the other 3 albums, the first one being The Late 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 Show, the 2 that come after this one. I have the one that comes after this one in the mail. I don't know if it's ever going to show up because of the pandemic and the Christmas packages like backing everything up in the system, but I'm hoping it'll be here by the end of this month, because if not, that's 2 months I've had to wait without it being here. But yeah, really good band. Gonna try and track down the rest of their albums. And speaking of Wednesday 13, I have his first album, Transylvania 90210, I think. I don't know if it's actually that number, but Transylvania something or other. Now I've got Fang Bang, and this one is not easy to track down. For whatever reason, this album is kind of expensive and a little bit hard to find, and I'm not exactly sure why. It's probably because it's on Rico Disc Records, and I've never heard of that record label, and I'm sure they're probably under by now. They probably went under. This came with this 15 sticker, which I don't understand why it says 15, but I'm amused considering it's Wednesday 13. So I just kept this in there. There's the big 13 there. I've seen a belt buckle that has this, it's like that shape and that whatever, and then it says Wednesday across the top. If I could find a belt buckle that had that on it, that'd be amazing. I've seen it in the Friends of Wednesday 13 group on Facebook. Pretty awesome. Not really much on the back of the CD tray though, just some dollar store vampire fangs, which works for Fang Bang, I guess. And then you just got Joey Jordison looking all horror punk and spiffy, and his outfit that he kind of wears. But yeah, I really enjoy the Wednesday 13 project. It's a little bit more better produced than Frankenstein Drag Queens from Planet 13, but not as polished and as heavy as Murder Dolls was. But yeah, this was a really good album. Has some pretty sweet tracks on here. Home Sweet Homicide, Happily Ever Cadaver, Curse of Me, Haddonfield, Morgue Than Words. Yeah, there's just a lot of classic tracks on there, and probably another reason why this Wednesday 13 album specifically is harder to track down, but at least it's my collection now and I'm happy to have it. And another thing by Wednesday 13 I got recently was Skeletons. This wasn't too bad to track down. Maybe a little hard, but not nearly as hard as Fang Bang, and not nearly as expensive. So don't know why that is. Once again, probably because it was on Rico Disc Records, and I'm sure that record company went under, and if not, I've never heard of them. So nothing really behind the tray, just some x-rays. This album also had a couple of good tracks, being From Here to Your Hearse, Put Your Death Mask On, Skeletons was an alright track, Dead Carolina is also pretty decent. But yeah, so this does actually have some pretty good tracks, and it's a little bit heavier than I remember it being. So if you like Wednesday 13, consider getting the ring looking cover one here, Skeletons. And this one was out on Napalm Records, so should be a little easier to find. So yeah, Fang Bang was released in 2006. This was released in 2008, and is the third album by Wednesday 13. Waiting for some more of him in the mail. Alright, and the last thing in this collection update is going to be some more kind of steampunk themed punk. And that is Sarah and the Safe Word. Thanks to one of the people in one of the punk groups on Facebook for turning me on to this band. Really good stuff. And the style of steampunk, cabaret, punk rock that these people do is amazing. And on top of everything of being talented musicians, they're also very people of color, LGBT friendly group. They've got just an all-around very diverse cast of musicians in this project. I really respect what they're doing. The disc itself could have been a little bit more elaborate. There's just kind of blackness and an upside down cross sketched into there, which I'll assume is based off of their song Formula 666. Not really too much behind the disc tray, just some quotes and some band members there. Pause that if you want to read it. And it was produced by Take This to Heart Records, which I'm assuming is a record company down in Atlanta, Georgia, where these people are from. And these guys started in 2015. This was released in 2019, however, and they have a second album after Red Hot and Holy called Good Gracious Bad People. I wouldn't mind picking that up soon. I just wish the shipping was a little bit cheaper. They have it on their Bandcamp. They have copies of this available on their Bandcamp still, I believe. Definitely go check this band out. Highly recommend it if you are looking for a good time and really just super fun music. It's going to lift your spirits if you're not looking for something super heavy, but it is kind of fun and energetic and just cabaret punk rock with a steampunk aesthetic twist. Some of the videos are pretty cool and also pretty funny depending on your sense of humor. But yeah, definitely worth checking out, especially if you're in the LGBT community at all. These guys seem like they're very supportive of it, and it's very inclusive music. Some of it goes into a little heavier territory, like Formula 666, for instance. There is like a bit of like screaming vocals in there, but most of it's just kind of just clean vocals, really well done. I seen a show of them live though, and I'm not sure if Sarah was just kind of worn out from touring, but the vocals weren't as great on that one video. But on here, they are fantastic. Really talented stuff. There are so many bangers on this too if you're into this type of music. Red Hot and Holy's great. The Louisville Shuffle's great. Sneaky Boy's great. Dead Girls Tell No Tales. Formula 666. Dig a Fancy Grave. Lit Cigarette. The ending track is really good, even though I'm not really all about smoking at all. That's kind of gross, but the song is good. But yeah, really great band. Check out the second album as well. Good Gracious Bad People. Can't recommend this enough if you have an open mind or just looking for some fun music. So yeah, that's this update for now. There's the stack. But yeah, lots of good bands to check out. Let me know if you have any of these and what you think of them. And until next time, for glory, for the Rebel Alliance, Slammerella out.